Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Patch 103 was just recently released for Final Fantasy XVI on the PlayStation 5, and the main question of course is there any improvement in terms of performance? And I think I can answer this question very quickly. No, there is no improvement at all, at least where I tested the game. I found more or less the exact same frame rate as with version 102 or the same with the demo version, because between demo version and version 102, the final release version actually, or the day one version, there was also no improvement. And here the same, version 103 does not improve performance as far as I can tell. And therefore my recommendation is actually to use the graphics mode, because in the 30 FPS mode you have a more stable experience compared to the performance mode, because unfortunately the frame rate is sometimes all over the place, and even VRR, verbal refresh, enabled on the PlayStation 5 will not help much, because the frame rate drops very often below 48 FPS, which is the end or the lower end of the VRR range for the PlayStation 5. And I explained this already in many other videos. Below 48 FPS, VRR will not work on the PlayStation 5 on a non-supported VRR game. Let's say it like this, okay? There are some options or software possibilities where you can have VRR working below 48 FPS, but unfortunately this is not supported in Final Fantasy XVI. Therefore again, please use graphics mode, and let's hope we will see a future patch where we have more or less a stable 60 FPS performance mode. But let me know in the comment section if you think we will see ever a 60 FPS mode in this game. To be very honest, I'm not quite sure about that, because the performance looks just way over the place in the game, and yeah, in terms of resolution it's also not very nice actually. So there must be a huge improvement actually to see a stable 60 FPS mode with a more or less okay resolution. And now let's move on to a very important feature what they added with patch 103, motion blur settings. So now we can actually disable, according to the patch notes, we can fully disable motion blur, which is in my opinion a great option. And in this side-by-side comparison you can clearly see that there's a big difference between setting 0 and setting 5, and I personally have to say I'm not a big fan of motion blur at all. Especially the higher the frame rate is, I think the less motion blur you need actually. So that means 60 FPS games or 120 FPS games, I disable motion blur completely. With 30 FPS games on the other hand, it can help to prevent this obvious stuttering what you have on an OLED screen in combination with 30 FPS. But again, in Final Fantasy, I actually like to disable it completely. Okay my friends, so that's it for this very short video about patch 103 Final Fantasy XVI on the PlayStation 5. I will of course keep you posted if there are new patches or improvements in terms of everything. So you know I'm focusing more on performance and visual quality on my channel, so please keep this in mind. So of course this patch offers a lot more improvements in terms of gameplay, like new controller layouts and stuff like that, but I am not going to cover this on my channel. Sorry for that, but that's how it is. Anyway, if you like this video, please do me a favor, like, share and subscribe, and yes, I see you guys next time. Bye.